Welcome to the Platinum Pinfall. 1, 2, 3. 3 quick stories about wrestling and my interpretation of them. These go up on my Patreon first, so if you want to see these as soon as they come out, go ahead and join my Patreon. The link is on the bottom. You can join for any amount and join the growing community of people who hate watch Stephen Platinum or love me or respect me or just feel obligated to give me money for whatever reason. I'm going to put each one of these out every single day, and then after a couple of days on Patreon, I move them to the general public. By then, the news is a little older, but so it goes. 3 stories today. One about Brian Pillman Jr. of AEW. One about Corey Graves of WWE, and then this one of local interest in the Georgia area. So let's go ahead and start with that. So Matt Hankins, African-American friend of mine, a guy who took over Platinum Championship Wrestling. We just had the Georgia Wrestling History Awards, and every year it's dominated by a promotion. It has been since they've done these awards, since 2004, I believe, possibly even 2002. I've been heavily involved in the awards as far as putting together a committee to go over the nominations and organizing the process and stuff for the past, I'd say, 4 years, maybe 5. And the awards have become this big deal. More people voted in them than ever before. We had more participation from more diverse range of people. More wrestling groups got involved and all that kind of stuff. So that's very exciting. This is an award that is voted on by your peers, wrestling people, that have to go through at least some kind of vetting process in order to be able to vote and receive a ballot. In any case, Matt Hankins, usually it's about a promotion, like I said. One promotion tends to dominate the awards, and that has been true every year until 2021. The person who dominated was Matt Hankins. A guy that I love, a guy that I like, and a guy that is very respected in the Georgia wrestling community. Why is this significant? For a number of reasons. First, he won, let me put the stat up there, he won Manager of the Year. Now, he won this one going away, and he does every year. This is, let's just be blunt, let's just be honest, this is his award to lose. Right, he had a little bit of competition at one point, but you can see he won by over half the votes. He got 45 votes. The next closest was Logan Chase with 21, and Candy Cannoli, gorgeous woman, who's pictured behind me, she got 20 votes, and then Tyreek Robinson, a young man who's making his way in the world today, takes everything he's got 17 votes. But Matt Hankins dominates that category, so that's not really news. But mentor, this is huge. Matt Hankins counsels a lot of young men and young women in the ways of the wrestling world. Todd Sexton, who he narrowly edged out, got 39 votes, and Todd Sexton does a great job, helps out with a wrestling school, helps out with a number of promotions. He's won Mentor before, certainly deserves to be up there. And then Ace Haven, for the second year, was up there as well, does a great job there in Piedmont, Alabama with Pro South, really runs that show, runs a tight ship. I've been to Pro South and seen it in firsthand myself, but Hankins really gets involved in these guys' lives and makes them better, and you can see that reflected in the voting. And then finally, the capper, Booker. So Dylan Freimeyer books the largest promotion in Georgia, Southern Honor, and has won the last 2 years. Todd Sexton had won many times before for different promotions, either as part of a team or on his own. The Pro South team got their first nod this year in there, and then Matt Griffin had been there as well. But Matt Hankins winning this tells me a lot of things. It tells me that the young guys are really for Matt Hankins. It tells me that black wrestlers in particular really appreciate Matt Hankins. And what it also tells me is and this is what I'm hoping, that ultimately we reach a point where it's not noteworthy that Matt is black. That it is, in fact, I think we're getting to the point where it's just, hey, Matt Hankins won these 3 awards, and it's absolutely amazing. But I do not want to diminish the accomplishment or the significance thereof. That's why I highlighted it here. I might as well stay right here in this chair. Boom! Corey Graves. What's the significance of this? He's been cleared after 7 years that he can wrestle. Obviously, this means he's probably going to be a part of the Royal Rumble. But I also think that this is part of an ongoing story of guys who apparently had career-ending injuries, who we're now learning they can rehabilitate and come back, whether that's Edge, whether that's Bryan Danielson, and now Corey Graves. And I think it's great news. And I think if used in a proper way, that this could be a really great thing for WWE and kind of spice up their angles, kind of give a different twist on things. And Corey Graves, I think in his platform as a commentator, can use this foray into wrestling as really being able to work heel in a league where there really aren't that many definitive heels. I think it's great news. I'm glad Corey Graves is going to be there. He's obviously been working very hard, especially if you believe this picture, and all of that. Okay, the last thing. So Brian Pillman Jr.'s girlfriend recorded this clip and then put it up thinking it was funny, and then quickly realized how bad it looked, so took it down. But people have started sending me clips to use as part of Platinum Pinfall, and this clip is, and we're going to end the show on this clip. It's Pillman Jr. massaging her feet and then basically urging her to that she needs to go ahead and suck his dick, and that she's a good fuck, but she really needs to suck his dick. And it's one of these things where he just looks like a complete jackass and all of that kind of stuff. And I just thought it was an amusing clip. I try to have a little video clip on every one of these. So that's this one. But I'll be back tomorrow for another edition of the Platinum Pinfall. And as we leave you with Brian Pillman Jr. and the cringiest 10 seconds that you're going to see today, you can thank me, Stephen Platinum. This has been the Platinum 1, 2, 3 Pinfall. Thanks for joining me, and cringe away.
Yeah, you gotta quit being so against sucking dick. Like, such a pain in the ass when I'm having like the best sex of my life, and you won't even give me that ultimate climb.